Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, everybody. Oh, we don't match. I'm gonna hug you like Jeff. Hi, everybody. Hi, Morgan. Hi, Morgan. You good? You good? Woo! Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Wednesday. Thank you. Welcome to the show, everybody. Have a seat. Let's get started. Thank you. Have a seat, everybody. My friends call this the Ron Burgundy suit. I just realized Ron Burgundy. Yeah. I'm gonna just read the. I'm Ron Burgundy? No, that's Kendall. Say hi to Kendall, everybody.
Hi.
How
Good morning.
you doing?
Good. You smell really good today.
I what? I'm sorry.
You smell really good today.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that new cologne?
No, I wear the same. I
The
wear
same stuff?
It's a Burberry, like
Oh, I
Burberry
love
for men.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
It's the. A little fun fact though, it's I'm not a big brand guy. I mean, you know, I don't get into that. Like I like clothes, like, you know, my suits and stuff, but I'm not the only brand. I've never said this before. I mean, I say everything. You guys know everything about me. The only brand that I go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over is I like Burberry. Like that store like gives me the shakes. Yeah.
It smells delicious.
I get a little, yeah.
I love their Burberry Brit for women too.
Yeah, it's very nice. So anyway,
Yummy.
welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome.
And welcome to the show. We have. I always like to acknowledge when we have fun people in the audience, and I talk about her sometimes. You guys do know her in TV land. Now, if you remember back when we were at the Vikings for a week, and we had Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. And you remember producer Lori. Now, producer Lori Fisher and I have been friends. We started here at Channel 9 basically together when we were 11. And Lori and I have kind of grown up together. Now Lori's married, has beautiful kids. Lori loves boy bands. And remember, you guys are shaking your head at home. We had her interview Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees, and she about died. I mean, just literally. And she kept talking. Ted had to crawl on top of her lap to get her to stop talking. Well, Lori's mom, Lois, and this is funny. It's like Newhart, Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. We have Lois and the Dianas. That's right there, yeah. Right there. Lois, and two Dianes and a Diana. Yeah. It's really, they're going to be performing at Mystic Lake this weekend. That's right, yeah. Lois and the Dianes right there, anyway. And my sweetheart Morgan right there that I gave a hug in the front row. So, yes. So, hi, sweetie. Welcome to the show. Well, I'm excited. Guys, I got to tell you. My favorite story today is coming up in the hot dish with Titus and Wendy. But my other favorite one is, and this is under the category of what are people thinking? Did you guys hear about that woman that was arrested for tinkling on potatoes at Walmart?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. You didn't hear it? This is all over. I'm not kidding. The hell's up with this world? I mean,
How did she do it?
She went into Walmart, into the Wally World, you know, watching out for falling prices, and then she goes to the produce section and decides, well, she'll just tinkle right there on the potatoes.
But like, what are the schematics to this? Like, did she put them on the floor?
No, they were on the floor in a display. And security cameras.
And she just squatted.
Yeah, right there. And then security cameras caught her. And then the news. I love, you know, we're in a news department. My favorite line, the news anchor's trying to be so serious. She goes, a disturbing incident happened at a local Walmart today. And she's trying to keep a straight face. She goes, when a woman did an unfortunate thing to a bag of potatoes. And I thought, who wrote that script? You know what I mean? And she goes, and if you've ever wondered what that woman would look like, here she is. And they showed they showed the surveillance of this woman, and they cut to a shopper. Because, you know, reporters have to go out and, how do you feel, ma'am, shopping at this wall? And this shopper, they interview the shopper, goes, I think there's something wrong with her. Yeah. You think?
I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go.
I'm so disturbed.
I
right
know.
now.
I just, what would make you do that? Anyway, hey, we talked about Titus Burgess the other day, you know, from Kimmy, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. He's in a new movie with Eddie Murphy. It's going to be on Netflix. Looks really good. And when he was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, he got a little prickly with Andy when Andy asked about Eddie's, some of Eddie's past comments. You'll see what we mean. Look.
Did you get to chat with him at all? Because he was very...
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, of course. Well, no, I just wonder if you got close at all, because he was very problematic for the gays at one point when I was coming up.
Oh, I see. He wasn't problematic for Titus.
Good.
And we had a wonderful time. And we talked about Dreamgirls and he should have won the Oscar, I believe.
Yes.
So he was great. And any troubles he may have had with gay people, I guess they're gone because he loved me.
Good. Very good. It's game time, everybody. Lilia White is such an impressive vocalist. What are you saying, Titus?
Keep going, girl. Do your show.
Yeah. So, and then Titus went on Instagram, called Andy messy, and got very like, you know, Andy's show is a place for artists to come and promote. No, you know what Andy's show is? Whatever Andy wants it to be. That's what, you don't get to tell Andy Cohen. You are a guest on Andy Cohen, and you know what Andy's show is when you're booked. You've seen Watch What Happens Live. It's campy, and here's the deal. Let me give you some context, and then Wendy Williams pressed Titus on it. If you guys don't know, you know, Eddie Murphy, and I love Eddie. I'm not debating Eddie. He's apologized, but back in the day, Eddie used the F word like a comma. But he's apologized. I mean, it's done. But I got to tell you, I don't think Andy's question was out of line, because Andy, a gay man, is talking to another gay man about, hey, as a gay man, did you happen to talk about it with your co-star? That's not an out-of-bounds question. I'm sorry, Titus. Well, yesterday on Wendy, she pressed Titus on that confrontation. Look.
But what has happened with you and Andy?
There's a reason he wasn't on your show for 6 years. Listen to track number 5 called Open Letter on my EP, and you'll understand everything.
Oh, no, you don't know mine, but I'm asking you yours.
No,
people saw you on
that wasn't to
Watch What
read
Happens.
toward you, Wendy, at all.
Okay.
I think that people misinterpret who they see on the screen sometimes.
Okay.
And then begin to have a relationship towards you based on misinformation.
Break
based on a
down.
character.
Can you talk normal? What are you saying? talk normal. Stop being Hollywood.
No, I'm not being Hollywood.
But
That's the problem.
I read your rant, and it started with something about
Not a rant,
Queen.
just truth.
Okay.
I will not tolerate the dismantling of anyone's legacy, especially not my own. And who we were speaking about has done a beautiful job being the comedic giant that he is. And he has a wonderful...
Here's the deal. Yeah. Here's the deal. Let me just tell you what the deal is here. Andy wasn't dismantling your legacy at all. He wasn't even talking about really you. And he wasn't dismantling the legacy of Eddie Murphy. At that moment, if you really, and it sounds like your problem is you don't like him disparaging someone that you now consider a friend and someone that you admire. I get that. I admire Eddie Murphy. He's one of my all-time favorite performers. But here's the deal. Instead of being a little snarky and a little... You, in that moment when Andy Cohen said that, if your true intent was to defend Eddie Murphy, you could have used that opportunity to do just that. You could have said, you know what, in a very calm manner, you know what, Andy? Fair question, but Eddie has apologized, and Eddie was nothing but kind to me. But instead, you chose the snarky route, which doesn't make Andy look bad, Titus. It makes you look bad.
I agree.
And I'm not throwing shade at someone I don't like. I'm a big fan of Titus. I really am, and I don't like doing this. But it was a fair question by Andy, and your response was unfair and unwarranted. Because hello, it's his show. Andy can define what his show is. We define what this show is, and I don't care what. It's a talk show. What do you mean? And don't get this. This is why people get irritated with actors. And I have a lot of people in my life. But when they get this highfalutin, the artist. Come on. I mean, it's just a little too much.
Oh, I agree. I think that he was just so defensive right off the bat.
Yes.
And then he was even more defensive with Wendy. And the best part of this whole thing was when Wendy goes, just talk normal. What?
Yeah, I know.
Stop.
Love Wendy.
Oh,
Next in the dish, David Spade. David Spade. I'm loving Spade lately. David Spade has a new late night show on Comedy Central called Lights Out. It follows The Daily Show. Here's a little clip.
Jersey Shore mom Snooki was criticized for posting a pic of her drinking wine while feeding her newborn baby. Snooki, of course, responded to all the mom shamers, or as we like to call them, doctors.
I love Spade. This isn't David's first stint at hosting a show. He hosted the Showbiz Show. I remember that back in the mid-2000s. It replaces the short-lived Larry Wilmore's The Nightly Show and The Opposition with Jordan Klepper. I got to tell you, David Spade has been on a promotional tour, and I've always been a fan of his, but lately, he's just become one of my favorite talk show guests. He knows how to weave a great story. He's great on Ellen. He was just on Stern. Hi, Howard. And he's just a good guest because he can tell and he has great stories. Think of who his friends are. Right. Sandler, and he had you know what I mean? He has the best friends.
He's not intimidated by anyone. And
No.
I think that that's really important when you're at that level. You just can't be scared of the people that you're interviewing. And can we talk about the red Solo cup?
Okay, I was just going to say.
What?
I like he's doing his monologue holding a party cup. I like that.
A red Solo cup, just casually like, hey girl.
But then again, I do like this was given to me by a woman who proudly said she got this on the TJ Maxx clearance rack. The Jason mug, yeah. Cheers.
She knows we like our deals. She knows we like our deals.
Nothing in this world like a good clearance rack at Home Goods or the TJ Maxx. You want to see my pulse go up? Take me to Home Goods. I love the Home Goods. I don't know, if you don't sponsor the show Home Goods, you really should. We'll be right back, everybody. Back after this. Coming up, Chris Harrison promised us that the Bachelorette finale would be the most shocking thing in TV history. So, was it? Producer Ted is breaking it down. Then Thrifty Traveler is back on the Jason Show. And today, he's talking about the best ways to use sites like Priceline and Hotwire. And as always, he has the hottest travel deals available right now. And Old MacDonald would be jealous. What are pizza farms? And why are people loving them? We're going to find out when we return.
So this was you got in trouble with the.
Well, listen, I was on my way to LA, and I knew that I was going to be arriving, in 5 hours, and I knew that in probably 7.5 hours I was going to be hungry, and so I saw a nice sweet potato sitting there ready to go, and I just threw it in my suitcase, and of course TSA flagged it. And listen, I love the TSA. I think they do a great job. I think that they got a job where everybody is pissed off or nervous or whatever.
Okay, no one's gonna be happy with TSA. Yeah. It's a tough game.
Such a tough game.
So, and you try to smuggle, you creep. You sick.
But I'm telling you, as soon as the guy called me over, it's like he was on his way opening. I was like, I think it's my sweet potato.
I love Kevin Bacon just travels with a yam.
Well, listen.
But why didn't you?
I am what I am.
Oh my God.
He'll always be Ren McCormick. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Bacon on Fallon last night. I said, he'll always be Ren to me, Ren McCormick from Footloose. I loved that movie. My cousin Stan loved it so much. He's about Kevin's age, that he cut his hair like Kevin in Footloose, and he saw Footloose in theaters like 100 and some times. Yeah, I mean, I love that movie though. Yeah. Let's hear for the Boy is still my all-time favorite song. Love that. Yeah. If we could afford the rights, I would have that as the theme song, but we can't, yeah. But we're working on something on that topic. Anyway, more late night. Fine, producer Jeff is gonna sing our new theme song. That's what we're gonna do, yeah. Moon river. Anyway, more late night. John Legend visited James Corden last night, and the two did what they do best. Songs of Summer riff off. Look at this.
And I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. And I swear. So you're a tough guy, like it really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy. I'm the bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm a bad guy. Did you just say you're gonna seduce my dad?
Yeah, I did. I'm a dad guy.
My father's a happily married man. That's messed up, man.
Well, I don't think so, and neither does your dad.
That is so. That is the one thing. If you can sing. Is there a skill that you wish you had that you do not have? Like mine is singing. I bring this up because I wish I could sing and I can't.
Oh yeah, I wish I was better at the piano. My sister's a really good pianist, and I'm so envious because I play. It's not like that.
Okay, now try again because because what I mean is you still have some skill.
Did you just break another chair?
I slipped off again. Good gravy. Anyway, no, but you can sort of play the piano. I mean something that you can't do at all that you wish you could do. Anything?
Go to the moon? I don't know.
I mean, go to the.
I'm
so glad I asked this question.
I'm very skilled at everything. You've seen Try My 9 to 5.
Wow, you just said that out loud. You literally just said that out loud.
I mean,
yeah.
You saw it was a
There's
great
a whole
culture.
list of crap I can't do. Yeah. I can't. I break the stereotype. I'm a gay guy that can't dance. Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, have you? There's archives. There's 8 years of the dance-off that I used to do. I can't dance. No. I look like a confused turtle.
You know what
Yeah,
you know what I can't do?
What?
But I wish I could do?
Yeah.
I wish I could do karate.
Karate?
Yeah.
Well,
So-
we have a TV show. We can send you to do karate.
Can we learn?
Yeah, we can learn together. Let's do it together.
I want to do
wax off
karate.
together, yeah.
The whole time I was watching that though, I kept thinking how that's in my head, how it looked when you and I were doing our Masked Singer stuff. Like in my mind, that's how it went. We were just really good.
We were horrible.
Then I
Still
watched
ahead.
it.
No, we were horrible.
It's bad. It's
Still
bad.
ahead, we're talking the latest travel deals with the Thrifty Traveler. But next, it was emotional. It was dramatic. It wasn't quite what Chris Harrison said it was going to be. Hannah's quest to find love was not smooth sailing. Producer Ted's breaking it down. It's the Bachelorette finale when we come back.
Who was on the other side of all those restless nights? We always knew it's me and you. Hannah.
Yes.
Will you marry me?
After a long and difficult journey, Hannah thinks she has found her soulmate. And Jed has promised forever to her, with a life full of love, passion, and trust. And he sealed it with a song. Unfortunately, that's not where this journey ends. What happens next is a story of broken promises and broken hearts. When we come back, we're going to show you the shocking events that occurred since that last happy day in Greece. Let me say it this way. Jed is about to face the music.
Ooh, that's some Emmy Award-winning writing right there, yeah. Welcome back. It all came down to Jed and Tyler, and Hannah defied her parents and went with country singer Jed. And that's when the drama began. As Chris Harrison said, Jed had a lot of, Lucy, you got a lot of explaining to do, because Something happened after that final rose ceremony, and that means, once again, audience, it's time for America Loves Ted. Joining us from the Jason Show control room is Jason Show producer, Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
We have a lot to get through, so let's just get to
stuff.
it. Pick up where Chris Harrison left off. What happened?
So, and we had heard a little bit about this, but basically what happened was Jed actually came clean to her a little bit after he proposed and said, oh, by the way, there was this girl that I was hanging out with before the show, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, People magazine came out with an article a couple months ago basically saying this was more than just a little fling, like they were, sleeping together, traveling together, meeting the parents together, exchanging I love yous. And so this changed things, and Hannah was none too pleased.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, so Hannah picks the country singer, Jed,
Yep.
and then People magazine comes out and was like, wait a minute. Jed, right before going into the Bachelorette mansion, not only had a love interest, but they were having nookie, they had vacations together, and they said I love you.
Yes. And so what we see here is Hannah confronting Jed about this. And it was, it's almost like a high schooler getting caught in a lie. It was, he goes, oh, I was just 24, I was just, dating around. And then it was, oh, yeah, I guess maybe we did sleep together. Oh, by the way, I met her parents and they gave me a trip to the Bahamas. Oh, yeah, I was drunk, but I did say I love you, but it didn't feel right. And it was just, kind of a snowball thing, and she was like, I'm done.
Oh, so she dumped him right then.
Fastest breakup in Bachelorette history.
Wow. Yeah. So where does she stand with other dude?
So, okay, so you have, so Jed's done. Jed is done. And Tyler, the one who she broke up with, then comes on the show later on. And I mean, everyone's excited for this because everyone loves Tyler. She should have chosen Tyler to begin with. And she basically says to Tyler, you're a great guy, and I'm a single gal. Maybe we should get a drink or something. And like the whole crowd loses their stuff. Chris Harrison loses his stuff. Give him the keys to the fantasy suite all over again.
Yeah. And that was it. So that's the finale?
That's the cliffhanger. Oh. Will they make it work? I don't know. Will she ever find love? I don't know. Hopefully.
Wow. Now, do you feel as a viewer, now look, you've had to watch for the show, but do you feel cheated that nothing really happened? I mean, that there was no love at the end?
I feel more cheated when they come on and they, kind of fake it and they say, oh no, we're going to work through these problems and we're going to make it last. And then you hear, in 2 months that they break up.
Yeah.
You know what? Rip the Band-Aid off. Tell me you hate the guy. And then move on.
And then move on, as we are right now. Producer Ted, thank you, buddy. Coming up, we're talking about the rise in popularity of pizza farms. What are pizza farms and what do you need to know before you go to them? But next, there's still time to score some flights over Labor Day. The Thrifty Traveler's in the house with some of his latest deals when we return. Back after this. Travel Deals. The summer travel season is in full swing, and it's never too late to get away. Here with his latest travel tips and deals, it's the Thrifty Traveler, everybody.
Thanks for having me again, Jason.
Hi, buddy. So this is something we haven't talked about before. And by the way, before we get started, I should say, too, today is what? The 2-year anniversary of Jared appearing on our show for the very first time. That's right. Congratulations. No, I got to tell you, and we'll get to the deals, but I just publicly, I say it all the time. Jared's one of my favorite guests because I love promoting local companies, and I love, if I talk about something, on the show, it's because either I love it or producer Jeff loves it. And Jared's a dear friend of mine, and I believe in his work, and I have saved thousands of dollars because of this dude right here. So yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you for being a part of the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Priceline and Hotwire Express deals. We've never talked about this before. What are they? Producer Jeff literally just did one. How does it work?
He's going to Vegas.
He's going to Vegas.
So Express Deals, what it'll do is it'll tell you, for example, a hotel. It'll be like, it won't tell you the name of the hotel. It'll give you like a general geographic location, how many stars it is, but doesn't let you know exactly what it is. And it'll tell you what the price is. So it's like, if you're not so concerned about where you're going to be staying or maybe the flight that you're going on.
So this is a screen grab of
an Express Deal.
Okay.
So it's always Priceline, Express Deal. So they used to have name your own price, and they've gone away from that. More of these like Express Deals, and they can be a good deal, but you never 100% know where you're going to be staying or which flight or airline you're going to be on.
Because like for Jeff, and he explained it really well. He said, they gave him 3 options. It was like it could be maybe the Excalibur, it could be maybe the Luxor. So if you like the 3 that it is, you have nothing to lose.
No, you have nothing to lose.
Okay, but it's still do it at your own risk. There,
and if you want more information, we do have a great Priceline Express article all about it at thriftytraveler.com.
Let's talk about the Capital One data breach because I know you're thinking, you're talking about that on the Jason Show, but no, because Jared always recommends point programs, and I've scored points using credit cards. Should we be concerned?
Yeah, so the Capital and Venture card, like that's our go-to card. It's just so easy for everybody, and now they got this big data breach. So they're currently investigating it. It's 100 million, users' information that's been breached, including my own. I wouldn't be too concerned about it yet because it sounds like the information was hacked, but it wasn't used or sold. Now, so we should be okay.
Now, but on the positive side, you said Capital One, and you've recommended that's a good card if people want to start trying to get points for travel.
They don't play games. It's statement credit, so it's like booking, a Priceline hotel, and then you can just use the points for a statement credit. Super simple. Again, more information at thriftytraveler.com. I guess, for any kind of these breaches, go in, change your password, monitor your credit. You can pull your credit report free once a year. Like, be on top of that. Watch your credit score. See what happens.
Speaking of that, the Equifax settlement, what do we need to know?
Yeah, so you can get some cash from, if you need to first check. So you can go to Thrifty Traveler again, type Equifax, and you can see and type your information in, not your whole social security number, so you don't have to worry about being hacked again with this. But you can check if your information had been leaked, and then you can get some cash. So it's more than $100.
Oh, nice.
So I got it, my wife got it, my parents got it. It's like,
oh, really?
It's millions and millions of dollars that they're going to have to pay out. So get your chunk of change.
I will be checking that right after the show. We heard a lot about the 737 MAX. Obviously, 2 horrible tragedies. What's the latest on the MAX?
So it's currently being recertified by the FAA, and then all of the organizations like the FAA worldwide will recertify it, and it should fly this fall. So like you see on the screen, Southwest flies it. I've flown Southwest on the 737 MAX. It is a beautiful aircraft, obviously with some flaws they're trying to remedy. Other airlines that you'll probably fly this fall on it or this winter would be Iceland Air. So great aircraft, some problems they're working to remedy. I will probably fly it again, but I can understand why people would be nervous about it.
Let's get to what everyone waits for. That's the deals. He's pulling the magic piece of paper out of his,
Yeah, we got some amazing deals. So again, I'm going to talk about a lot of deals, but use Google Flights if you're going to be looking and searching for deals. Of course, we feature these at thriftytraveler.com, or if you're in the Minneapolis area, Minneapolis, flight deals on Instagram. But some amazing ones. So Minneapolis to the Bay Area, specifically San Jose, for $154, San Francisco Bay Area. Minneapolis to San Diego, nonstop on Alaska. I'm a huge fan of this for $196. So this is normally about $300.
Wow, that is cheap for San Diego.
I think we're both fans of San Diego.
I love San Diego,
And in the this fall, that's a great time to go. Minneapolis to Denver for $100. That's been like the last 3 months. Crazy. So again, a lot of these flights are going to be on Tuesday and Wednesdays. So be flexible with your dates, and you can definitely find some of these cheap flights. Other one that I know you love, Orlando, for as low as $156 this winter. I think we can all agree a winter trip to Orlando is definitely great.
For Star Wars land.
Yes.
I'll be doing that.
And my final one, Minneapolis to Boston on JetBlue, which I love, and Delta, which I also love, for $156. They're still fighting on that new route. So definitely, get that.
Really quick, we got to go. Jared's going to be answering your questions. Is Chicago still cheaper? Because remember, Chicago was expensive for a while, and now is it still trending a little cheaper?
It's getting cheaper, and if you want to use like miles, like Sky Miles or your American Miles, that's a really cheap route to use your miles for. You can go one way in domestic first class for 15,000 American miles, and that's normally 25,000. So
seriously,
so great use of miles. It's also cheaper with cash. So
yeah, because it was expensive to
it
go to
was
Chicago.
crazy.
I'm like, that flight, it's like you go up, you eat a peanut, and you land. It's like,
but $400 sometimes. You're like, that's insane. You know, you can go to Europe for as low as $275 a couple weeks ago. So
yeah,
it's like
nuts.
Bonkers.
Like I said, Jared's going to be answering and you guys have good questions this week from our Facebook page, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. A while, I was like, this is really nice. Welcome back, everybody. Back with the Thrifty Traveler. Jared's answering your questions on the Jason Show Facebook page. And by the way, thanks for all the follows. You can find us easy. Just search for Jason Show. Mark asks, first up, hi, Mark. Should people ditch their credit cards and only use credit cards that reward points? And if so, what's a good high-earning card? Great question.
Great question, Mark. The very first thing is if you have credit card debt, continue using your debit card. Once you pay off your credit card, then for sure be using a credit card only, because it's like, don't leave these points on the table. There's that sign-up bonus. You get 50 to 100,000 miles for travel. No brainer. And it's like, when you're paying for, you have to figure out what kind of categories you spend. If you go to the grocery store, there's certain cards. Go to thriftytraveler.com. Tons of information. We have a beginner's guide. Check it out.
People ask, and I'll say this again because I don't expect you to watch every show, but I would love it if you did. But people always ask, how did Jared help you the most? And it's the tips. We told him where we like to go, what airline we like to fly, and Jared hooked us up with the credit card that we should sign up for. We waited till there was an awesome sign-up bonus, and we traveled to Hawaii in first class on points for free because of his suggestion. So I'm just saying, yeah, it works,
So points and miles are so confusing at first,
Yeah.
but they don't have to be. Just dip your toe in, get like a Capital One Venture card or Chase Sapphire Preferred, and then try it out.
It gets to be fun. It's like a game.
Oh, it's a game.
Yeah, it is a game. It is.
Yes, I am obsessed with this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rita's next. Hi, Rita. We're going to Orlando the first 2 weeks in October. Will there be any good flight deals coming up, or should I just book the higher-priced flights right now?
So, I guess what is a higher price flight? For sure, sub $200 is why I think is a cheap flight. I did look at some flight deals, to Orlando, nonstop on Delta, about $150, $175.
That's good, yeah.
Leaving on a Tuesday or Wednesday, returning on a Tuesday or Wednesday, that's where the sweet spot is on those deals. So, I would never pay more than $350. But if you have very specific dates, set up some Google Flights price alerts, monitor the prices, and then book when it gets cheap.
And if you're going on a Tuesday or Wednesday and you go into the theme parks, it's really slow on those days. Just going to say, those are the best days to go, Next up, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. She asked, when I travel to England, I always do overnights and sleep. Because I sleep the whole flight, am I in danger of blood clots? Yeah.
So, Lisa, first off, I am so jealous that you can sleep the whole flight.
I know, me too.
I get like an hour or two. So, the most important thing is to get up, move around, maybe pay a little bit extra, to get a little bit more seat room. Maybe like if you're flying Delta, the Delta comfort seats, which give you 2 to 3 inches of more leg room. Compression socks are a good idea. But get up, move around, stretch in your seat.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, just get up. Wait till they tell you can get up.
Yeah, don't.
Unlike that family that I was on the plane with, Esther is next. Hi, Esther. This is Ted's friend, Esther. She's booking an overseas trip and wants to know if it's still common practice to get a free checked bag on all international flights.
Hi, Esther. I have some bad news to report. If you're going to Europe, you're going to have to pay to check a bag now because basic economy fares are kind of the rule now. No matter what airline you're flying, if you do still want a free checked bag, fly to Asia or the South Pacific, specifically Australia and New Zealand, or you can kind of beat the system again by carrying like a Delta co-branded American Express card or a United Chase card or an American Airlines City card where you get a free checked bag.
It helps. Trish asks, when is the best time to book a flight to Vegas for the end of January?
So now is definitely the best time. You can book flights 11 months out. So be monitoring, obviously follow Thrifty Traveler, sign up for our daily newsletter, Google Flights, be checking on Google Flights, sign up for, do the Google Flights price alerts, more information at thriftytraveler.com on that topic. But just monitor prices. When they get below $200, like I said again, book it. Tuesday, Wednesday departures, I know I keep saying that, but that's super important. Flights to Vegas are in the 130s right now. End of January, if you can do Tuesday or Wednesdays.
Finally, Michelle wants to know, what are some ideas for an affordable girls' weekend getaway?
So, Michelle, based on the intel I hear, there's rarely an affordable girls' weekend getaway.
You may have heard rumors. Yeah.
But, there's so many fun places. We mentioned San Diego is one of those cheap places you can fly to right now. I love Austin. Nashville's where everybody goes.
I just had fun in Dallas. I was there for a weekend. That city has changed even in the 5 years since I've been there. It is hip. There's a great dining scene. Great bars.
Uptown
I wouldn't know about that,
is,
but I'm just saying, yeah.
I mean, there's flight. I would let the flight deal be your guide. You see a $100, $120 flight to Dallas or Kansas City. Do some research, book the ticket, do something different. Don't go to Nashville.
Yeah, exactly. Give it up for Jared, everybody. For more information, head to thriftytraveler.com. Follow him on social media as well. Still ahead, we're gonna get you hungry for a little road trip. And for pizza, we're talking Pizza Farms when we come back. Back after this. Yeah, Dallas. Welcome back. We are in the middle of summer. I can't believe it's the last day of July, actually. And if you want something unique and fun to do in the evening, get your family and friends together and head to one of the many pizza farms in the area. Here with what you need to know before going to a pizza farm. And hell, what is a pizza farm? Local journalist and contributor to Eater Twin Cities. Please welcome, and she's the first one ever to be on our show. It's Cinnamon, everybody. Cinnamon Jamser. I told Cinnamon, I said, you are actually not the first Cinnamon I have met in the last 2 months. I met another woman named Cinnamon.
A little disappointed.
I can't believe it. Okay, let's start with at the very beginning, as Julie Andrews would say. What in the name of Oprah is a pizza farm?
Yeah. So it's obviously not a farm that grows pizza.
Yeah.
It's a farm where you can go and they will make pizza for you out of, the ingredients they grow on the farm and everything from their own wheat to make the crust to their own cheese to everything.
Cinnamon, is this I have never, when the producers were briefing me on the show, I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke. I was like, what is a pizza farm? Is this a fairly new trend?
They're proliferating pretty quickly, but one of the first ones was A to Z in Wisconsin, and they started in the late 90s, but I know.
Really?
But like them.
Yeah.
And in the last couple of years, there's like over a dozen now.
This is their website right now. In Stockholm, right? Cinnamon?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It looks nice. So is it all different types of pizza? Do you get to pick? How does it work, basically?
Right. Yeah. So every pizza farm is different.
Yeah.
There are different days, different times. Some of them you can bring pets. Most of them you can't. Some of them want you to bring your own utensils and pack everything in and out. Some of them will provide things. Some have indoor space. Some it's all outdoor. They're all different. So the thing to do before you go is look up the one that you want to go to and read about it first.
Because you don't know. Can you maybe bring your own wine, or you can?
Yeah. So most of the ones, it's illegal in Wisconsin. So most of the ones in Wisconsin, a lot of them are along the border. So the ones in Wisconsin, most of them will sell them. You can't bring your own alcohol, but most of them in Minnesota you can. So you can bring your own beer or wine and hang out.
So I would imagine we're looking. There's some pictures back there. It looks fantastic. It looks like a nice little communal experience.
Yeah.
Did it come out of just necessity with some of these farms of like, hey, we have these ingredients. Why not do these events?
Yeah, I mean, I think, they all, start for different reasons, but it's a great way to bring people into the farm. Some of them will use them as like educational opportunities to talk about like alternative energy or like morel hunting and things like that. But it's a nice like injection of income into some of these places.
You cover food for a living. Do you like the experience? I mean, personally, you loved it?
I loved it.
Why? What was it about it that?
It's very Midwestern and Minnesota and amazing. And it's, the whole farm to table thing is really popular, as is eating local. And that's kind of the pinnacle of all of that. And it's not just eating, it's the experience of driving a couple hours from the cities and hanging out on a farm, because the wait can be long, especially if it's a beautiful night. and you just
Oh, the way to get the actual pizza.
to get the pizza, yeah.
Because the one that you went to, so what was the process like for you? So you got there, and then do you pick out what you want, or how does it? I mean, how did it work for the one that you went to?
Yeah, so a friend and I went to A to Z, and there's a giant chalkboard of the options, and so we picked the one we want. Like right when we got there, put our order in. We had about like an hour wait, and so we got a glass of wine, walked around the farm, beautiful. You know, there's animals and things around, and then we just hung out for about a half hour, chatted, and then our pizza was ready, and it was delicious.
And then you just sit, and then, wow. And I heard some of them show movies, some of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's all some of them have live music. Like A to Z had like a woman selling like local pottery and things like that. So it's just it's about the experience, and it's a really lovely one.
I had audience. Have you ever heard of this? I had never. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How many do you think are around here?
The list I wrote for Eater has about 13 on them. So
Seriously?
over a dozen. Yeah.
Where have I been? There are 13 of these, and I didn't know anything about them. That's an awesome idea, though.
It is, yeah.
Don't you think, too? I think people are looking for, I don't want to get all woo-woo, but I think people are looking for more experiences like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because we're all on our phones, and we're watching Netflix, and we're all divided, and this kind of just all makes of life coming together to eat some pizza.
Yeah, and like there was a bunch of groups around. There's kids running around. There's some woman had a birthday and they had cupcakes, and you know, it's really just really fun and communal and amazing.
I love it. Well, Cinnamon, please come back.
I would
Please
love
come
to.
back. Cinnamon, everybody. To find more information about Pizza Farms, head to twincities.eater.com. We're going to come back. Kendall brought up her dog yesterday, and what type of dog it was, and it shocked a lot of you. We're going to show you a picture of the Rottweiler plus Dachshund. Is it a Rottweiler? I don't know. Oh, Pitbull, whatever. We'll be right back. Kendall's back. So yesterday, hey, Kendall's here. Yeah, it was funny. I was out and about. I do girls' night with my best friend, and my best friend's Jen, and then Lisa Lacourcier. And I say, which by the way is so funny. Siri can't say Lacourcier.
What does she
so
say?
I'll go, hey Siri, call Lisa Lacourcier, and Siri goes like this, calling Lisa Lacourcier. She just fades off. Like she gives up. She gives up. Siri's like, I can't say that name. Anyway, but we were oot and boot, and some woman came up to me, about had a heart attack. She goes, I just want you to know, Kendall is the best thing about your show. And I said, yeah, thank you. Yeah. And I said,
thank you.
And I looked at her and I go, get out of my face. No, I didn't.
Leave now.
Get out. Anyway. So you brought up yesterday, literally 24 hours ago, you made a passing comment about your mutt. It is National Mutt Day, by the way, everybody, if you didn't know that. Yeah. And your dog is made up of what?
We think she's Pitbull Wiener Dog. Her name is
Thank you,
Harvey.
audience. Yeah. So we're sitting here. Kendall said it at the end of the show, and we're like, okay, bye, everybody. And a lot of you started thinking about the mechanics of that, and like, how the hell did that happen?
Well, you know how it happened.
Well, I know how it happened, but
I mean,
that is like,
you know who the daddy is. You know what I'm saying?
That is like a combo. Yeah,
yeah.
I know. Yeah, we know.
This is her.
This is her. This is what she looks like. A lot of you wanted to see her.
Yeah. So Harvey's birthday in the center. She loves her tutu for real. She actually just thought it was funny and liked to eat at it. The furthest away picture is more when she was a puppy, but I don't have a lot of pictures that show how long she is.
Because is she long like a dachshund?
She is. She's very long, like a wiener dog, and has short little legs and big ears. And you can see the one is the most recent picture. You know, you get that like nicer camera, more generations of cameras.
Which one? The picture all the way to the left?
Yeah, all the way over. And that's on our porch. And I said, Harvey, you hungry? And that's what she does when she's hungry.
Okay,
she cocks her head a
how
little bit.
with your hands, show me about how long is she? Oh my
like
goodness.
This long, and she's like this tall and like 45 pounds. She's beefy. It's all muscle though.
So does she have the short
She's
little?
got thunder thighs. She's got like turkey thighs. For real. So y'all, like in the summer when she goes swimming, she loves to swim. I have a really funny video on my Instagram of her like swimming because it's just this like whale thing. But she chafes, and so the poor girl, she's like a little fat kid loves cake. You know, she just.
Your dog chafes?
She does. So, you know, you do put some hydrocortisone in there and just some sad.
I have never met a dog that chafes.
I know. She's just beefy and beautiful, and she's from Hurricane Harvey. They shipped her up here from Texas, secondhand hounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after the hurricane, secondhand hounds got a ton of dogs from there, and so that's why her name is Harvey. She suffers a little bit because people think she's a boy, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the pit bull or the name. It's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
A pit bull dachshund. If I live and breathe, I just.
Harvietta.
Only you.
Yep.
Only you. I love it. I love it. Meanwhile, Dexter and Mr. Big are watching the TV getting jealous. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Tomorrow on the show, 5-time Jeopardy winner and Minneapolis school teacher Sam Cavanaugh is here. We're going to talk about what it was like to be on the show and more on his memorable run. But that's going to do it for us right now. If you are watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody.